It's time for my weekly meal prep again. So let's meal prep healthy breakfast, lunch, snack, and dinner that will get you over 100 grams of protein per day.
First, I'm meal prepping breakfast. This week, I'm prepping high-protein sheet pan pancakes. First, I'm adding 6 eggs into a bowl, and then I whisk the eggs. Next, I'm adding 4 tablespoons of maple syrup. You could use any of your favorite sweeteners. Then I'm adding 1/4 cup of olive oil, but you could also use melted coconut oil. Then I'm adding 1.5 cups of all-purpose gluten-free flour mix, but if you aren't celiac or intolerant to gluten, you can of course use wheat flour in this recipe. Next, I'm adding 1.5 cups of protein powder, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, pinch of salt, and 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. And lastly, I'm adding 3 cups of almond milk. You could use any milk you like. At this point, I had to change into a bigger bowl. And then I added the last cup of the milk. Then I pour the batter into a baking pan lined with parchment paper and bake at 180 Celsius degrees, 350 in Fahrenheit for about 30 minutes. And here are the ready pancakes. They are super soft and so yummy. I like to serve them with some Greek yogurt and blueberries. These pancakes contain between 25 to 30 grams of protein per serving, depending on the protein powder you use. For lunch, I'm making a Caprese style pasta. First, I chopped some grape tomatoes in half and then I roast them on a pan with some olive oil. Meanwhile, the tomatoes are roasting, I cook the pasta. This time I use lentil pasta, but you could also use chickpea pasta. They're both high in protein and a great source of fiber. The tomatoes take about 8 minutes until they're ready. Then I poured the pasta into a big glass container. At this point, I realized I had used 2 different shapes of pasta. Then I added the roasted tomatoes, mozzarella, and lots of pesto and stirred until everything was combined. And here is the ready pasta. Super simple and so tasty. For a snack, I'm making a yogurt bark. So I'm mixing together Greek yogurt and maple syrup. You could also use honey if you like. And then I'm also adding vanilla extract for some flavor. Then I spread the mixture on a cutting board lined with parchment paper. I like to top the bark with some peanut butter. I'm using unsweetened peanut butter that is 100% made of peanuts, but you could also use almond butter, or if you wanted to make it more sweet, you could even use melted dark chocolate. Then I'm adding some raspberries, but you could use any berries or fruit you like. I ended up making 2 barks because I had so much of the yogurt mixture. Then I put them into the freezer to set for about 2 hours. And here is the ready yogurt bark. Then I just cut it into pieces and store in airtight containers in the freezer. Then I like to let it defrost for about 10 minutes before serving. It's such a yummy snack idea. It tastes just like frozen yogurt. And lastly, for dinner, I'm making a chicken lentil curry. First, I'm chopping some bell peppers. Then I fried some chicken with garlic-infused olive oil and seasoned it with salt, pepper. Then I also added some chives, but you could of course add garlic and onion to this if you don't have IBS like me. Then I added some curry powder and pinch of chili powder. Next, I added some lentils, spinach, and the bell peppers. And lastly, some coconut milk. You could of course use some cooking cream if you don't like the flavor of coconut. Meanwhile, I was also cooking some rice to serve with the curry. Then I just mix everything together and let it simmer for about 10 minutes, stirring every now and then. The ready curry is super creamy and so delicious. And here are all the ready meals. Everything turned out super good.
The written recipes are in the description box. Let me know down in the comments what I should meal prep next. Hope you tried the recipes. Enjoy!